Welcome back, everybody, to the Fantasy Football Bros podcast. It's your boy Chaz, and we are doing a live mock draft on Twitch. You can find my personal Twitch, the Chazz'S on Twitch, as well as the Chazz'S on YouTube. We got a couple people in the chat. We got the fantasy football surgeon himself, Zags, in the chat, and then we've got new friend of the show, Storm, in the chat. We talking just before, and we are going to be picking sixth in this fantasy football early mock draft. The mock drafts just went live. We're about a week after the draft, and looking early at some of these people. Your top, we'll give you the top like five at each position on early rankings here. Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Anthony Richardson at 5. Interesting. At running back, Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyren Williams. Interesting. Wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And honestly, that's not too different from last year other than CeeDee making a big jump. That's all the same, just about. Tight end, Travis Kelce, Sam Laporta, Mark Andrews, Danny Trey McBride, Dalton Kincaid at 5. And who's your 10th round keeper, Dave? AR, right. Top 5 kickers, just for fun. Justin Tucker, Evan McPherson, Harrison Butker, Tyler Bass, Daniel Carlson. Your top 5 defenses, Washington, Tennessee, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Seattle. I don't even know why. Why would Washington be up there? Maybe they're not ranked yet. That don't seem right. Is Washington a good defense? Am I missing something here? I feel. Hey, go rooting for one of our Bills guys. That's what we like to see. Kincaid. Okay, so we are going to hit the draft in a second here. We're sticking at 6th. Dave, this is our Fantasy Football Bros podcast settings. So we've got 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 2 flexes, wide receiver, running back, or tight end, 1 tight end, 1 kicker, 1 defense, and it's a pretty big bench. So there you have it, guys. The cool thing about the Sleeper app for anybody at home is, weren't they a bad defense? I think they were a bad defense last year. I think maybe they're not ranked yet that great. But anyway, so what we're doing here is we are doing the draft, and the cool thing on Sleeper is it's an ADP generated draft. So like you don't have to sit there and wait. Like if you do Yahoo drafts, you have to wait for the picks. You don't really have to do that here. It goes fairly quick. So you guys can see everything on the video here, basically, except the team names. But you don't need to see the team names. We're picking right here in the middle. All right, we're going to hit start draft. Let's go. We're ready. Oh, turning these sounds off. Okay. All right, so unsurprising. So I guess kind of surprisingly, off the rip, you've got Tyreek Hill, Christian McCaffrey, Double J, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and CeeDee Lamb, 4 wide receivers in the first pick, and then C-Mac goes off the board. So very interesting start to the draft. I'm sitting here. Yeah, we're drafting against computers, but it's all ADP, so it's going to change throughout. So I said it earlier. I'm going to do it right now. We're going to start with Bijan Robinson, one of my favorite players. Then you got Amon-Ra, Breece Hall, A.J. Brown, Puka Nacua, Garrett Wilson, and Kyren Williams drafted in the 12th spot. I'm a little worried about Kyren Williams. He had a great year, but the Rams went and got Blake Corum, who scores a lot of touchdowns. So it's interesting. It's not crazy to say JJ over CD. I mean, CD's had 1 fantastic year. JJ's had 2, like maybe even 3, right? So like I don't think it's absurd. So receivers. We're in the second pick. Our second pick in the second round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 receivers went before we're up again. So we're sitting here looking at people. We've got Tavon A-Chain sitting around here. Oh God, another baby boy. Dave, I got to take him. I'm sorry. I took my one favorite running back in the league. Now I'm taking my other, Saquon Barkley. 2 running backs to start interesting for me. It's a different strategy. JJ McCarthy, JJ to JJ the jet plane, bruh. You knew I was taking Quan. This is interesting because I haven't done. So now there's a ton. I got two fantastic running backs, and now we are in the what do we got left mode here, right? So I still think there's some. Oh, my bads. I messed up. Lost the draft. It should be back. It's back. Okay. Would you get out of here? Okay, so there's still some great running backs, actually. Holy cow. But there's still some good receivers. So right here we're looking at Deebo Samuel, Michael Pittman, Mike Evans, Drake London, Malik Neighbors. I'm torn between Deebo and Mike Pittman, but I'm going Mike Pittman. I'm going to take Mike Pittman here as my number one on this squad. I love Michael Pittman. I like Deebo too, but again, like you mentioned, you're afraid of Quan getting injured. I'm afraid of Deebo getting injured. So we got 3 tight ends in the third round. 3 tight ends gone in the third round. Very interesting. We still have some great receivers on the board. So I'm definitely taking another one. Our top few here are T. Higgins, Amari Cooper, Zay Flowers. I'm going to go with T. Higgins here. Right? Diggs, did he go? Did Diggs go or no? He did go. Where did he go? He went to the back end of the second round. So Stephon Diggs back end of the second round. So nearly a third round pick for Diggs. And I wouldn't be surprised if he is a third round pick. But we're going T. Higgins here. So now we got some quarterbacks off the board. 4 quarterbacks are off the board. 3 tight ends are off the board. Back to my 5 tight ends. So Trey McBride in the 5th round. That's a guy that I'm thinking as a keeper in our league because he's he was a free agent pickup for me. So Trey McBride could be on my team. We still got a lot of good receivers here, guys, sitting around. And I don't need to pick a running back. I'm not worried. I'm getting a little scared at tight end. But new quarterback coming into town. We're going to take our gamble here on Scary Terry. Because this is a 4 flex, or, you start 2 flexes. So you can start 4 receivers. You can start 4 running backs if you want it. Dalton Kincaid went off the board. CJ Stroud went off the board. Looking at tight ends, there's still about 5 to 6 tight ends I'd be comfortable starting. So we're going to wait. Right now, we've got Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, Michael Pittman, T. Higgins, Terry McLaurin. I'm going to get back on the running back train here because it's starting to thin out, although there's still a lot of good people left, to be quite honest. What's over here at QB? Oh, man. I'm just going to pull the trigger on him. Let's get Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson to Michael Pittman connection. There were still a few tight ends I liked. I should still be able to get one of them on the backswing here. All right, and I am going to get one of the tight ends I wanted. I know Dave's going to hate it, but new quarterback. Give him a chance. Kyle Pitts. All right, so, and you know what? Kyle Pitts hasn't been great. This is my 7th round pick. It's not like he going into 3rd or the 4th like he was the past few years. So, I'm very comfortable with him there. So, looking back now, we still need to start filling up our bench here. So, what would you rather me take there? We had this argument last year between Kyle Pitts and Dallas Goedert, right? Like, Dallas Goedert was there. Now, there's a running back here that I like sitting here that's coming off of an injury. There's actually 2 here, but this is what I'm deciding, guys. Nick Chubb, who's coming off of a horrible injury, and Javonte Williams, who's coming off of an injury that's 2 years ago. So we're going to go Javonte Williams here. Nick Chubb might still be hanging around. And if he is hanging around, I might grab him. No, he's gone now. That's fine. Because there is another running back sitting here. I know I'm going to get another one of my faves, DeAndre Swift right there. Yeah, we went with Javonte. So now we got 4 running backs. We got 3 receivers. Okay. So we're going to look into the receivers again. Actually, there's a running back down there late that's calling my name, but we're going to skip out on him for a second. Okay, very good wide receiver. Very good wide receiver is not the right word, but I see value here. The best receiver on the board, Tyler Lockett. Just put Tyler Lockett here as our wide receiver 4. Nothing wrong with that pick. Tyler Lockett sitting at our wide receiver 4. We're going to take a look at our team right now. We got a minute here. We're going to take a look at our team so far. All right. We've got Anthony Richardson, Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, Michael Pittman, T. Higgins, Kyle Pitts, Terry McLaurin, Javonte Williams. On the bench, we got DeAndre Swift and Tyler Lockett. I like where it's sitting so far. I really do like where it's sitting so far. Back on the clock here. We got a big bench. We still got a lot of positions to fill. So there was a running back I was looking at. Is he still there? He is still there. The starting running back for the Cincinnati Bengals. Give me Zach Moss here. I know he's awful, but he was tearing it up last year. Right? Like, I don't know. There's somebody else here at running back I might take for depth. Because we're really starting to go. Nah. What's over here at receiver? All right, we're getting a rookie, guys. Oh, I got to scroll. I see. I got to scroll. Let's scroll. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks left. 2 of them are kicker and defense, so we got 4 bench spots left. So it might be 1 more running back, 1 more receiver, backup quarterback, backup tight end. We'll see. We'll see what we decide what we want to do here. But we're gonna get some rookie action here, and we're gonna take. We'll look over the board. He went early though, probably 3rd round. We'll look over the board in a minute. We're gonna take rookie Keon Coleman for the Bills. Get Josh Allen's possible number 1 target. But the reason we say possible is because I planned this, and if it works out my way, which it did, we're also going to take Curtis Samuel. So we have quite possibly Josh Allen's number 1 receiver there, right? So we will see how that works out. All right, so we have 2 more bench spots. We don't take kicker and defense till last. So looking over here, this guy is so late, and who knows? He's talking about retirement, but he's so damn late, and he's so damn good. Let's take Darren Waller here. Right now we're gonna get people falling. There's a backup quarterback I'm eyeing down. Perfect. Jaden Daniels, bring it. Guy can run for 700-800 yards this year. And the defenses, I don't know if they're ranked right, but I see 49ers, so we're just gonna take them. And then we're gonna end with our kicker. And we are going to take, I think, the number 1 kicker last year from the Cowboys. So, there we go. Best thing about these sleeper drafts, they go so fast. So, let's look over the draft board. Look how many wide receivers. Look at all that blue. So, Marvin Harrison went 2nd pick of the 3rd round before Travis Kelce. So that team took McCaffrey, Rashee Rice, Marvin Harrison, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, not bad. I just don't want to buy into Rashee Rice and Marvin Harrison, right? Rashee Rice had a good season. I don't know about 2nd round pick this year, especially with the suspension, and then Marvin Harrison, a rookie. It's tough, but you never know. This guy's number 2 running back is Tajay Spears, but he came back with Nick Chubb and Zamir White, who has no competition right now. But we're talking about my team, so right here, our team, right here. So we got Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, Michael Pittman, T. Higgins, Terry McLaurin, Anthony Richardson, Kyle Pitts. You got Javonte Williams, DeAndre Swift, Tyler Lockett, Zach Moss, Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel. Going to get one of those guys. Darren Waller, Jaden Daniels, 49ers, and Brandon Aubrey, the kicker. Looking at how the lineup shakes out over here, you know, with the double flex there. Honestly, I'd probably put DeAndre Swift maybe above Javonte Williams in that flex spot, but I like it. So we got the boys in the chat. What did you guys think? Where was my biggest miss? Yeah, Rice is too early. Storm agrees with. I know Dave's going to say that Pitts is my biggest miss, but I mean, that was 6th, 7th round, bro. 7th round. That's not a miss in the 7th round. Over Dallas Goedert. I think it shaked out pretty good for middle of the draft. I got 2 stud running backs. But with the stud running backs, you know, I don't have a stud receiver per se, but I could have a stud receiver. I mean, Pittman was awesome last year. Michael Pittman was awesome last year. T. Higgins had a down year. Terry McLaurin with a new quarterback. Tyler Lockett's always great. And between these two Bills receivers, you never know. Tyler Lockett's always good, not great, So, yeah. Right, Higgins, a wide receiver, too, is the only scary thing. But Higgins was awesome for a couple years with Joe Burrow, right? So maybe it was just an off year. The thing with Moss, though, is he was so late that he's my fourth or fifth running back, so he's just there. And he's the number one running back in Cincinnati. That's a valuable piece. That would have been Joe Mixon for a few years. So, and if Higgins becomes a Buffalo Bill or something, hey, we got it. All right, so that's the end of the video for the YouTube here, guys. Thanks for checking out the video. Find the Chazz'S on YouTube. Find the Chazz'S on Twitch. You can join one of these with the boys and be chatting with us. So until then, we'll see you next time, guys. Peace.